Hello, yes, I'm back again. It's Rainbow Tube Walk and this is Waterloo Station. So today I'm finishing off the Jubilee line, heading up to Stratford along the Jubilee extension, which opened in 1999. So I've got 10 stations to visit today, all the way over to Stratford, and it also includes a boat and a dangleway. So it's going to be a fun one today. Let's go. It's another day on the Jubilee line. Stations are close together, which is always good. And that is Palestra, which is the London Underground Control Centre, along with other TfL offices and things like that. You know, got the whole sort of streets controls in there as well, and loads of other stuff. So that's quite a cool building to know about. It's basically the nerve centre of London Underground. If anything happens on the network, that's where it's dealt with. They'll have like an incident commander who monitors CCTV from there and directs the emergency response unit and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. London Bridge, so that's I think the end of zone 1 now, heading into zone 2 for Bermondsey, and then later zone 2/3 2 and 3, which is North Greenwich up to Stratford. But before we get there, we've got Bermondsey, Canada Water and Canary Wharf. So when I get to Canada Water, I'll explain a bit more about this boat situation. Now the Jubilee line, as you may know, crosses under the Thames 4 times. 3 of them are on this walk. That's between Canada Water and Canary Wharf, Canary and North Greenwich, and then North Greenwich and Canning Town. So you can walk between them, just about. If you look at the TfL official walking time map, which is a thing that exists, it shows 144 minutes between Canary Wharf and Canada Water. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. Now, and the reason why it's so long is because you can either go back up that way and go through the Rotherhithe Tunnel, which really doesn't fill me with excitement. It's going to be so horrible and polluted down there. It's not somewhere I want to be, really. The other option is to go all the way down and then through the Greenwich Foot Tunnel and back up. But what I'm going to do is go to Canary Wharf and then head down and through the Foot Tunnel and then back up on the other side to North Greenwich. And that, according to the TfL map, is 76 minutes. So that's going to be a long way as well. In fact, I think between Canary Wharf and North Greenwich is actually the longest distance that I'm walking between 2 stations on this entire series, and that's because of that river being in the way. And then when I get to North Greenwich, the options are either go back through the Foot Tunnel all the way back round, or get on the cable car Emirates airline thing, the dangleway. So I mean, it's pretty obvious what I'm going to do, isn't it? So to get to the pier where the boat is, you have to come through the Hilton Doubletree Hotel. Right, okay. Now I know the boat is free for hotel guests, but allegedly it's not for people who aren't. Now I'm not a hotel guest, but I've yet to find anywhere where I can actually pay for a ticket. So let's see how this goes. Okay, I found a ticket machine. I have a travel card. Sorry about the state of my nails, by the way. I really need to redo them, don't I? Single. The pier thing is bobbing up and down. It's quite disconcerting, actually. But anyway, look. There is the Thames and Canary Wharf. So what this bit of the river is, if you don't know, the Thames has got like a U-shaped bend in it, which I'm sure you would have seen on the opening sequence of EastEnders and things like that. In the middle of that U-bend is the Isle of Dogs, and Canary Wharf is in the middle of the Isle of Dogs. So the Jubilee line cuts straight under here, serves Canary Wharf, and then cuts straight under the other side to North Greenwich. And great if you want to get across this bit of London quickly, but pain in the arse if you're someone as ridiculous as me who tries to walk it. I think we're getting on the boat. I'm very much in the DLR area here. We've just gone past South Quay Station and obviously saw that train go across to Heron Quays up there. This is annoying because I'm not doing the DLR, and the route that I'm walking down to Greenwich Foot Tunnel pretty much goes along the DLR route. So if I do ever do the DLR, I'll have to come down here again. But that's okay. Onwards to the Greenwich Foot Tunnel and then all the way back up the other side to North Greenwich. But when I get to Greenwich, not North Greenwich, Greenwich, I've got a little bit of a detour that I want to make. This is the lift down to the Greenwich Foot Tunnel. It's pretty big. Kind of reminds me of something out of Haunted Mansion. I like it. I've never been through it before. This is cool. So that's the Cutty Sark, which means I'm back south of the river. And if you look over there, that's quite a landscape. Now, like I said, I've got an excursion to make now I'm down here in Greenwich. This isn't on the route. I am having to take a slight detour, but being this close, I thought I would have to go and check it out. So if you like your 90s pop, this might look familiar to you, but if it doesn't, here's a quick reminder. Yeah, so that's where the video for Because We Want To by Billy Piper was filmed way back 20 years ago. 1998 that came out, and for the last 20 years I've always thought, hey, maybe I could go visit there. It's only in Greenwich, right? Not too far, and I've never got round to it. So today, so that's something that 11-year-old me can tick off the to-do list. That was pretty cool. I mean, unless you're not a 90s pop fan, in which case it probably wasn't, but for me, that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to North Greenwich, all the way back up, all the way back up this side of the Thames.
This is a safety announcement. Could all customers please take care when walking down the stairs, and when using an escalator, remember to hold the handrail, stand on the right, and walk on the left. Thank you.
Okay, North Greenwich. So now I need to get to Canning Town, which means I've got to cross the Thames again. So it's dangleway time. The ticket machines are closed, which is really annoying because I've got to now join that queue. That's frustrating. Okay, I've got my boarding pass, which I had to queue up for because my Oyster card, even though it's got travel card on it, I can't use it on this. It gives me a discount, but I still have to buy the ticket. So there's the ticket, $3.50, and I'm gonna go get on. So this is good. I found a use for the dangleway. There you go. It does have a purpose. If you're walking from North Greenwich to Canning Town, you can dangle instead. So I'm going to be on there in just a second, just in the queue now to get on, having queued to buy the ticket. I've been up there before. It is pretty nice. I mean, there's no point to it, but you know, nice views, I guess. So almost at Stratford. That's good, isn't it? Feels like this one's been a long one, probably because it has. And also I did that Greenwich excursion and went on a boat and a dangleway, so probably has taken a bit longer than previous walks, but that's okay. So yeah, I feel a lot better here in East London. It's more homely to me. I'm not sure why. I think it's probably because I spend a lot of time in Stratford. West Ham back there is one of the main stations I use when I come into London, because I live in Southend, and obviously Stratford is one because that also goes from Southend, and I spend a lot of time there anyway, so it does feel better for me being out here in the east. So I'm finishing the walk here at Stratford, and I was going to do this little bit outside, but there's somebody obnoxiously playing a guitar, as you just heard, so I'm inside. That was 14.08 miles, allegedly, in 5 hours and 6 minutes, but obviously that includes the boat and the dangleway and a little excursion in Greenwich down to the road where the music video from the 90s was filmed. So in total, I think the amount walked will be about 12 something, but still 14.08, I'm calling it that, that's fine. And that is it for this one. Oh, by the way, I haven't mentioned this yet in the video. If you go on Twitter, my Twitter is Rainbow Serena, you can follow me and I live tweet these things, and you can see where I am at any given moment, because I post a selfie at every station. And also, if you go on rainbowserena.co.uk, that's where the bulk of the coverage of these walks is. This video lives on the bottom of the page, but you know, I like doing the video, but I do a photo blog as well, documenting my travel. So that is it for this one, and the Jubilee line is done. So next time I think I'm going to start the Victoria line up at Walthamstow, so I'll see you then.